Okay guys, welcome to your video tutorial on income. Today we are going to look at wages, salaries, holiday loading and overtime. Okay, so income is our new topic. Let's have a look. Okay, first we're going to have a look at the difference between wages and salaries. So, if you receive a wage, what that means is that you get paid at a fixed rate per hour. So, people who get a wages, people in retail, people in fast food, guys, people in hospitality. You stand behind a counter at McDonald's, you get paid a certain amount per hour, depending on however long you work. So you're paid at a fixed rate per hour. Extra hours you work, or hours outside the normal hours, so say for example on public holidays, this tends to be a big one, that wage is paid at a higher rate, and we call it overtime. And you either get paid overtime at time and a half or double. So a wage, fixed rate, paid for normal hours that you work. When you work in excess of normal hours, you get paid overtime, either at time and a half or double. So let's have a look at this. Georgie works some weekends and late nights in addition to her normal hours, and she has overtime pay arrangements with her employee. Lucky her. Calculate how much Georgie earns if she works 16 hours during the week at the normal rate and 6 hours on the weekend at time and a half. Okay? So her normal rate is $18.50. Okay? She works 16 hours during the week. 16 hours multiplied by $18.50 will help me get my answer. And then if I plugged it in, I would work out that Georgie gets $296. So that's her normal rate. But then she works on the weekend at time and a half. So for those of you who get a job next year, this is usually work on a Sunday. She also works 6 hours at time and a half. So how do we work this out? Well, we go 6 multiplied by $18.50 multiplied by 1.5. This 1.5 here is time and a half, because she's getting 150% of this $18.50, her normal rate. It's time and a half. So 6 multiplied by $18.50 multiplied by 1.5. That will give me a total of $166.50. So altogether her normal rate she earns $296, time and a half she earns $166. So if we add those two together down here, we will come out with an answer of $462.50. All you have to do here, guys, is read the question. 16 hours at the normal rate, 6 hours at time and a half. Multiply it by that, 1.5, combine the earnings, you're done. It's really quite straightforward. When we look at salary, on the other hand, a salary is a fixed amount paid per year. So per year. Mr. Corsi is on a salary, okay? She earns a fixed amount per year, no matter how many hours she works. She wishes she was on a wage, but she's not. So she could work 12 hours in one day, and it wouldn't matter, because she'd still get the same amount because she gets paid per year. Most people are on a salary who work in offices, who work in finance, who work for companies, okay? Outside of the retail sector, a lot of people are on salaries, okay? Salaries are paid to you either monthly or fortnightly. So I get my pay every 2 weeks. Some companies only give it out once a month. So that's a salary. It's different from a wage. Let's have a look at another example question. Ken earns a salary, an annual one, of $59,735, and he works a 38-hour week. Okay, his wife Brooke works part-time in retail and earns $21.60 an hour. Okay, cool. So we've got two people. We've got Ken on a wage, working 38 hours a week, and Brooke working part-time in retail at $21.60 an hour. So, first question, how much does Ken earn a week? Okay, how much does Ken earn a week? Well, if he earns $59,735 a year, all we have to do is simply divide it by how many weeks in a year, 52, which would get us a grand answer of $1,148.75. So if I looked at this question, I said, okay, he earns $59,735 a year. How much does he earn a week? Pretty straightforward. All I have to do is divide it by 52 because that's how many weeks are in our year. Okay, that's A. It's not too tricky. Okay, B. Determine who has the higher hourly rate. This is interesting. Okay, so I already know that Brooke earns $21.60 an hour. So Brooke's locked in. I already know how much she earns. But how do I know how much Ken earns? I'm going to take that value I had before. I worked out he earned $1,148.75 a week, yeah? I know he earns that much a week. Okay, how many hours does he work in the week? I can't work this question out that's how much he earns in a week. How many hours does he work in a week? Boom, there we go. It's in my question. He works a 38-hour week. So if he earns that in a week and he works a 38-hour week, I simply divide that by 38. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to find out how much he earns an hour. And if I do it, I would get an answer of $30.23 per hour. Brooke earns $21.60 an hour, which would clearly mean Ken's got it good, earning more per hour. C. Brooke works on average 18 hours per week. What's her yearly outcome? Okay, so she earns $21.60 an hour, 18 hours a week. Okay, it's not too hard. She gets $392.40. That value there is her earnings per week. Her weekly income is her hourly rate, this guy here, multiplied by the number of hours she worked. Hourly rate multiplied by the number of hours she works gives me $392.40. Then, with $392.40, how do I work out what she earns in a year? That's a week. Multiply it by 52 to get a year. She earns $20,404.80. That's it, guys. That's all I need to do. Okay? It's not too hard. The hardest bit is reading this and breaking it down. Okay. Leave loading. This is where this gets a little bit weird, okay? So you're going to need to listen up. Some wage and salary earners are paid leave loading. Now what the hell's leave loading? When they are on holidays, this is leave loading. When they're on holidays, they earn their normal pay plus a bonus called leave loading. Because most of the time when people are on holidays, they go away, okay? And so they get paid leave loading while they go away, so they have a bit of extra cash. This is usually 17.5% of their normal pay, okay? So they get paid leave loading on top of it, 17.5% of their normal pay. Okay, so old mate Ken, who we've been talking about for ages, he takes a 4-week holiday. Now, I've taken this from that last question that we did on Ken and whatever his wife's name was, okay? So, old mate Ken earned $1,148.75, okay? We knew that from a previous question. I've just cut and pasted them. Now, he takes a 4-week holiday on normal pay plus leave loading. How much will he be paid during his holiday? So, 1148.75. It's gone for 4 weeks, multiplied by 4. Then I need all of that number, 100% of this. And I need to add 17.5% of it. Okay? I need to add 17.5% to 1148.75 multiplied by 4. So I can do it in one step. I can actually just go 1.175. What that represents is I'm adding 17.5% to it, but I'm taking 100% of all of this. Okay? So it's saying all of that all of that plus 17.5%. So I multiply it by 1.175 and I would get an answer of 399.125, so 13. Okay? That means that if Ken took a 4-week holiday on normal pay plus leave loading, he'd get $5,399.13. If, for example, he didn't take that, so if he didn't have that 17.5% extra loading, he would only get $4,595. Okay, so if I worked out 1148 multiplied by 1148.75 multiplied by 4 on his normal pay, he would get 4,595, but he also gets his holiday loading, so I have to make sure I add my holiday loading to get $5,399.13. And that's it. Guys, that's all there is. That is income. That's as difficult as it gets.